Right, this is part 4 of my guide on Modern Warfare 2. We're going to move on to the equipment and special grenades. This is only going to be a small video, hopefully, because I don't want to move on to the perks in this video because they're going to be a separate video. So the equipment, we'll start with the Frag Grenade, obviously a basic Frag Grenade. The grenades in Modern Warfare 2 have actually been toned down quite a lot since Modern Warfare 1. They do a lot less damage. So and you can only get one frag grenade. There's no perk that lets you have 2 frag grenades now, which is great. So I think frags are used a lot less, which is great, because Modern Warfare 1 people were just spamming nades and getting killed. You know, that's all they did. They'd have 3 times nades on and they'd wreak havoc with them. The Semtex is similar to the anti-tank grenade of World at War. It sticks to people. Except I think you can throw it a lot further. It's similar to the frag grenade, except you can stick to people. And with the frag grenade, obviously if you hold it in your hand, you hold the button down to press your frag grenade, you cook it, and eventually it'll explode. The Semtex, if you hold it down, it won't go off until you throw it, so you can hold it for like an infinite amount of time, which is good. The throwing knife is a strange weapon. Basically it'll kill someone one hit if you manage to hit them with it, and you can pick it back up once you've used it, which is, I think, is a good feature. But it's quite inaccurate. You can aim it directly at someone and it won't hit them. I suppose they did that because otherwise everyone would be using throwing knives and it'd be quite imbalanced. But it's okay. I think I use it for stealth classes because if you use frag grenades and Semtex, you kind of get noticed a little bit more. Throwing knives pretty much silent, so tactical insertion is okay. It can be used with sniper rifles or stealth classes to spawn in the enemy spawn, I suppose. Basically, you put it wherever you want and you spawn in that position. The enemy can destroy it, however, so you want to be careful of that. It'll glow red for the enemy and green for your team. And if you die and your tactical insertion is still there, you'll respawn in wherever you put it, which is good for spawning in camping positions where you want to stay when you get killed, or staying in enemy spawn, things like that. The blast shield, you rarely see anyone use the blast shield online, and the main reason for this is it's a bit of a strange equipment thing, because it gives you increased explosive resistance, but it's not something that when you put it on it just automatically goes on. You have to actually use the right top button on your Xbox controller, the same as if you'd use a nade, to put it on, and it obscures your view around the edges of your screen if you use it, which I find a bit strange. The Claymore, obviously great for snipers. You only get 1 Claymore this time, which is a bit of a shame, but if you're using Scavenger, then it's I wouldn't really use Scavenger with a sniper, but if you wanted to and you wanted to get more Claymores, you could. Claymore is good for a stealth class as well if you want to just put them in random places and watch your enemy run into them. It's quite funny. I don't think I need to explain that anymore, it's just a mine basically. C4, the C4 is quite funny in this game because it does go quite far when you throw it. So what I find in domination is what you can do is when you capture a point, you just stick some C4 down, and then when the game says, the enemy's capturing your point, you just blow the C4 up and they're dead. It's good for little traps like that. I think the C4 is pretty good, and you can use it as a grenade sort of as well, because the range on it is really high and you can just throw it in and kill people with it. Right, the special grenades, flash grenade and stun grenade are kind of similar in a way. You get 2 of them. Flash grenade blinds your enemies for about 5 seconds, I think it is. About that. The stun grenade stuns your enemies for about 3-4 seconds. The stun grenade is actually, you throw the stun grenade a lot faster than the flash grenade. I don't know why. I suppose flash grenades are a little bit more useful. I mostly use stun grenades because you can just pop them in whenever you want. It's pretty good. The smoke grenade is good for thermal. I don't think it really has any other use than that, because if you just put a smoke grenade up, you can use a thermal weapon and shoot right through the smoke. That's about its only use, unless you want to use it for cover, I suppose, in a street or something. That's the only other use. Right, I'll be moving on to the perks in the next video, so stay tuned.